All right, everybody, welcome to the replay. Welcome to the replay. Go ahead and swipe it to the right if you're on Apple. Swipe it from the bottom if you're on Android. And go ahead and share with your friends. Share with your friends. And feel free to give some hearts. Feel free to give some hearts this morning. Hey, good morning. Walaikum salam, everybody. Walaikum salam. Welcome, welcome. Invite your friends. Invite your friends, ladies and gentlemen. Monday. Invite your friends, Walt. Invite your friends, Thomas. Invite them. Show some love. Let's get this party started. I know it's Monday and we're just coming back from a weekend and relaxation or whatever we do. Thank you very much, Thomas. Thank you very much. Let's get this party started, ladies and gentlemen. We're early and leaders are always early. Leaders are always early. All right, so come on in. Come on in. Get a pen. Get a pad. Let's take some notes. Thank you for sharing, Walt. Let's go ahead and get this count. Let's double this count. You see it down there next to the Paradudes. Go ahead and hit the Paradude and share. Hey, Energizer. Welcome, welcome. Go ahead and hit some hearts and share, ladies and gentlemen. Meerkat, do the same. Go ahead and at the bottom of your screen, restream it. Go ahead and hit that little whatever that is down there at the bottom and restream it. Welcome, everybody. We're talking about money, 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 money. I'm about to find some OJ's music around here. Money, money, money. All right. Let's go ahead and get it started. We're looking at the top of the hour. Good morning over there at Meerkat. Good morning at Meerkat. There we go. All right. Good morning, everybody. Let me straighten you out. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. DarrellMuhammad here from Houston, Texas. Entrepreneur, real estate investor, you name it, online marketer. Network marketer, you name it, ladies and gentlemen, sales and marketing. You know, I just want to help. All right, why am I here? I'm here to help, ladies and gentlemen. I'm here to help. I'm here to help you, help us, so we can work together. All right, make no mistakes about it. I'm on a talent hunt, if you will. I'm looking for people like myself or better, and I'm using this way of giving to find those people, right? To sift out of cyberspace, find those people, sift them, and make a connection. All right, and that's what you should be doing. That's what those that understand do. All right. So before we get started, a little housekeeping here. Go to my website, ladies and gentlemen. If you like what you've heard in the past, if you like what you're going to hear today, then go to DarrellMuhammad.net. Hey, Forrester, go to DarrellMuhammad.net and make sure you connect with me there, ladies and gentlemen. I'm very purposeful and very intentional with these live streams, okay? I just want to give back. I want to share with you, ladies and gentlemen, what I've learned from my journey on this entrepreneurial road, this financial freedom road, this road of becoming all I can be in a certain area, right? In a certain area, the area of financial destination or financial empowerment, whatever you want to call it. Okay, and we're going to get into that today. We're going to get into the money game. All right, I'm doing my best to share with you what I've learned about the money game, not by so much from my parents. All right, definitely not from society, but from what I've learned from being a stockbroker, and from that point on, even before then, but definitely from that point on, my pursuit and quest for knowledge, right? For knowledge. Because I realized early, ladies and gentlemen, that is not the smartest person, is not the strongest person, is not the biggest person, is not the person with the most connection, right? Contacts. Yeah, that may make it easier. That might help. But that does not guarantee, right? There are no guarantees. So understanding that, then it doesn't matter what you start with. It's what you do with what you have. All right, is what we do with what we have. How intelligent we are in navigating through to get to our destination in the quickest amount of time, right? It's not about competition with anybody else. It's about competition against, not really against, but competition on ourselves, towards ourselves, against ourselves. Competition against who you are and who you desire to be. Financially, we're talking about. That can be in any area of life. So we're excited, ladies and gentlemen. I want you to get in the dialogue. We're going to save about 5 minutes at the end, at the bottom of the hour, about 5 minutes till the bottom of the hour. Jay DeLay, welcome, brother. Long time no hear from, all right? Good to see you, brother. We're going to have question and answers, right? And remember, brothers and sisters, my only job is to do what I've been blessed to experience, to do what others have done for me. And that's just prick the conscience, And once that's been pricked, then you'll do the rest on your own, right? I stayed up last night till probably, probably about 12:30, close to 1 o'clock, watching a movie, a documentary, and I recommend this, so write this down. Somebody type this in the feed. Thank you for the hearts. Thank you for the hearts. Ladies and gentlemen, if you're just joining, my name is DarrellMuhammad. I just want to share with you, give you some tools, right? Because we're in this big economic boat together. And this economic boat, ladies and gentlemen, is sinking. And it's sinking fast. And once we get our consciousness, awareness pricked in these areas of money and understanding and clarity, then you'll see very apparently those that know have a better understanding than the rest. You see them on that sinking boat trying to get off. You see them on that sinking boat finding the life preservers and putting it on for them and their friends. What good of a friend would I be to you or to humanity if I don't let them know what I see, right? That's why certain animals in the jungle, they go, hey Hampton, they go to the top of the tree, right? So they can see. The documentary to watch is called Inside Job. Thanks, Hampton. Inside Job. It talks about the collapse of the economic system here in America in 2008 from primarily with Wall Street. Inside Job. Thank you, man. All right. That's what you need to watch, ladies and gentlemen, because that's the reality of it, right? That's the reality of it. They can't tell you in your school system because they don't know. They can't tell you in your church, mosque, because they don't know, right? Individuals know, but I'm saying those institutions do not make it their business to teach you. That's why your conscience has to be pricked. My conscience has to constantly be pricked. That's why I watched it last night, right? So I can realize that the environment, the reality that I exist in is not this little bubble that I'm in, right? This little radius that I travel within, physically travel within in my car or travel within with my friends. All right, so let's get into it real quick so we can open up for questions and answers at the end, ladies and gentlemen. We're talking about the money game. It's a series of live streams that we're doing, and we'll just do them, until, right? Until. So, the money game. 3 things we must understand. Must understand, ladies and gentlemen. These are the 3 things we must understand. Just know that we've been miseducated. Just know when it comes to money, we don't know. We only know how to, we don't say make money because only the Federal Reserve can make money, but how to earn money, right? How to get money. See, we're taught well, prepared very well from this general society. Somebody write that down. General society. It's not bad or good. It just is what it is. You determine what it is once we get some clarity and we start moving in a direction so that we can clear our heads and get a good scope of this thing. Right? No pun intended. Periscope. Get a scope of this thing. So 3 things real quick, and there's many things that we have to understand. There's a lot that I have to understand, that I'm crystallizing. That's why I stay engaged. Just finished reading in about 17 days, over 300 pages. Where's my book? It's in the other room. Robert Kiyosaki's latest book, Second Chance. You can go to DarrellMuhammad.net and pick up that book. Just click more reading list. Okay? And get that book, ladies and gentlemen. You know, you might have heard me say before that I heard one of my mentors say, a formal education will make you a living. An informal education will make you a fortune. Okay? So you can go back to school and college and get as many degrees as you want. Unless you find a unique individual professor that will tell you these things, then you won't know them. Remember, it's not the institution that will teach us these things. There are individuals like myself and like you or some others that will do this. All right? That will do this. So number one, here's some things that we have to understand. See, I said we. I didn't say you. I said we have to understand in order to play the money game to win. You ready? Here's a shocker. Let's just start off with some shock treatment. It's not about the money. Wait, how can you... If it's not about the money... Hey, Billy Stern, if it's not about the money, what is it about? Just know that those that play the money game, who understand the money game, who trying to play it at the highest level, is not about the money. Then what is it about, Darrell? It's not about the money. See, for those of us that don't understand, that's not clear on the money game, who think we know, because we earn $100,000, $200,000, $250,000, or we earn more than our friends, or we earn more than the starving people in Cambodia. We wouldn't want to live like that. So why compare ourselves to that which we wouldn't even want to live? Okay? It's not the money. See, as long as we stay in the crowd, right? As long as we stay in this group that Jeffrey Combs calls sheeple. Sheeple. As long as you and I remain sheeple in the area of the money game, then we'll always think it's about the money. And as long as we think it's about the money, then we'll always be manipulated by those who understand that it's not about the money. If it was about the money, ladies and gentlemen, they wouldn't pay athletes so much money. They wouldn't pay entertainers so much money. And they wouldn't pay teachers so little. Fire so little. Police so little. All right? They wouldn't do it. But those who understand the money game, thank you for the hearts. And don't get, ladies and gentlemen, let's share it. Share it, all right? Let's share it. Go ahead and hit the parrot dude in the corner and share it with your friends right now. This is some good stuff. I wish somebody would have told me this, right? These things I had to discover on my own. Why? Because my conscience was pricked. I asked God, what should I do? How can I become rich? Standing in my parents' looking out my parents' living room window in the early 80s. What can I do to be rich, God? What can I do? I want to be wealthy. I see these people on the real estate infomercials. I see other people wealthy. I want to be wealthy too. What can I do to be wealthy? That started the journey. All right. So not about money. Then what is it about, Darrell? What is it about? It's about this word that America say that they were established on, and they were for Europeans. Freedom. Freedom, ladies and gentlemen. See, if we make freedom our goal in the money game, make freedom our goal in the money game, that's a whole lot better, a whole lot purposeful, a whole lot empowering than just money. Right? If we make money the goal, then once we get this $50,000 that we're striving for, we think we've arrived, but we're not free. We get this $100,000 we're striving for, we think we arrived, but then we're not free. Then it forces us to ask, what is freedom to me? What is freedom to me? Right? If you're coughing, right, you have upper respiratory infection, you have, congestion on your chest, and you're coughing, you can't even breathe for coughing, then freedom at that particular point would be free from coughing. We're talking about financial freedom here. We're talking about freedom as it pertains to money, as it pertains to finance, as it pertains to the money game. Freedom, ladies and gentlemen. So, number one thing that we must know is not about the money, it's about freedom. It's about freedom. Here's a good analogy. I thought about this years ago. They have people that are homeless living underneath the bridge, right? Underneath overpasses. They don't have any money, but they're free. And a lot of them wouldn't trade in that life that they figured that out. They figured out where to sleep and where to eat and how to bathe themselves. They figured this thing out. Not that I would want to live it, but they're free. They don't have to worry about car note and cell phone bill and gas and insurance, and they're free of those things. So you have to define what freedom is to you, and then you put a dollar amount on that freedom. How much money would it take for me to be free, just as free as the homeless person? Thank you very much. All right, I'm glad you enjoyed. Thank you for the heart. Share with your friends. Boom, boom, boom. Share with your friends, ladies and gentlemen. Share with your friends, right? So it's about freedom. And those that don't want us to understand that, yes, I said that, those that don't want us to understand that, they keep that from us. They give us money to focus on instead of freedom. I heard Robert Kiyosaki say, I read it in his book. Hey, Rick, how Robert Kiyosaki said in his book, it wasn't until him and his wife, Kim, got enough real estate income-producing property, right? Income-producing property. Hey, Angela, that they had the time now. They reached financial freedom by having income-producing property that paid for their life, that covered their necessities. He said now they had time and the freedom to build wealth. See, we have to read these books, ladies and gentlemen. And you can go to DarrellMuhammad.net. Yes, I'm putting a shameless plug. DarrellMuhammad.net. Click on more and hit reading list and pick up your copy. All right. So here's what you have to understand. Here in America, I've never lived anywhere else. Here in America, money equals more freedom. More money equals more freedom. In a very basic, fundamental sense. All right. We have a lot of contrarians out there. And the contraries I learned as a stockbroker, they're contrary to whatever someone says. It's always the opposite. That's not good and that's bad. It's just, I guess, their personality or whatever, right? So some people say, oh, no, Darrell, that's not true. The more money, the more money you have, the more freedom you have at being something that you can't be when you have less money. It didn't say more money give you freedom. It gives you more freedom, more than what you had when you didn't have money. That's the comparison, right? The more money equals more freedom. All right. Number two is, here's what the majority of us say, right? Around our friends. Oh, how much money are they going to make when they get out of school? Oh, how much money is Jay-Z making? Oh, how much money is Denzel making on that next movie? How much is he making? Oh, man, that's a nice car. I bet he's making a lot of money. That's the language of the masses, right? That's the language of the general population. Ladies and gentlemen, we have to know the reality of what society is in, right? Individuals are in financially, then you'll know you don't want to be like them, right? It's not bad, it's not good, it's just what is. I don't want to be like them. I don't want to be like them. Most Americans, I read in the book, most Americans can't get $2,000. Most Americans can't get $2,000 within a 72-hour time frame, I believe it said. You know? And I mean, see, statistics. That's why you need to read those kind of books that just give you information. So now you can see things clearly. When you walk outside and see somebody with a nice car, you're not judging them. You're saying generally that there's more to it than that. It's not what I perceived it to be, because now I have on different kind of glasses, clearer glasses, right? My vision is becoming clearer. So we ask, how much money do you make? But the wise ones, the ones that play the money game, know how to play the money game. They have this information that I'm sharing with you on these live streams. They have mastered, or at least they're competent at minimum. They're making C's. They're competent. See, they don't speak the same language. They don't ask the same questions that the rest of us ask. So we start asking certain questions, right? And we can only do that by formulating words, of those certain words in our mind. So our thoughts have to change. So they don't ask how much money you making. And they might ask that to a commoner, as we are called, commoners, right? The common people. See, so you want to come down to their level. But when they're up with the intelligent people, right, up on that certain level, they ask, in comparison to our question of income, they ask the question, What tax bracket are you in? How much you paid in taxes this year? Oh, I paid, 20%. And they already know this person should, be paying 30%, 40%. So they're listening for, how much, man, you really? Seriously? 20%? You paid half of what you should have paid? And there's bragging rights and, just human nature in there lots of times, right? Yes, yeah, Then good. The next question is, well, man, we need to get together over lunch so you can tell me who's your tax person. Tell me, how you doing this? Right? Tell me how you doing this. These are the things that we have to understand. That's number 2. Number 2 is to understand it's not about income. It's not about income, ladies and gentlemen. Who cares? That's why the old saying goes, a fool and his money shall always part, right? A fool and his money shall always part. Because it doesn't matter how much money, that they make. Statistics have shown over and over again, people who win the lottery, right? Just out the blue win the lottery, they're broke again within 3 to 5 to 7 years. Because they don't know how to play the money game. They don't know how to play the money game. And they don't play the money game to win. They play the money game not to lose. It's hard to win when you're focused on not losing. Holding on. See, that's why we don't want to invest. That's why we don't want to buy books. That's why we're so busy looking at what we don't have. Oh, I don't have a whole lot of money, man. I'm living from paycheck to paycheck. I better hold on. See, you're playing not to lose instead of playing to win. I'm playing to win, ladies and gentlemen. I'm looking for other people who are playing to win so we can connect. So go to DarrellMuhammad.net, right? Go to DarrellMuhammad.net and sign up so we can be in communication. So we can connect, ladies and gentlemen. It's all about connection. If you watch that movie, Inside Job, then you'll know. Either one or two things that happen. There's always 2 options, up or down, hot and cold, right? You'll say, wow, man, this thing is out of control. These folks on Wall Street out of control. Right? And then you'll know, as I have come to realize when I was a stockbroker, man, this thing is fixed. This thing on Wall Street is fixed. And I better look out for myself. All right? So here's what I want you to do. Assignment number 1. Go to richdadpoordad.com and sign up to get email notification for, now listen, because you're going to get there and get distracted, and sign up for notification of their cash flow game. All right? This was one of the goals I have starting in 2016. Is start going, because they have cash flow games, people who play the cash flow game by Robert Kiyosaki, all around the country. And they meet at bookstores. Here in Houston, they meet at a bookstore. I've been once or twice a long time ago. Right? But go there, sign up for some other whatever else you need. I do wholesale real estate. Yep. Want to learn about that? Well, good. Go to thesecretstowholesaling.com. Thank you, Helena. Go to thesecretstowholesaling.com. Let me see if I have my little cheat sheet. Don't have it. Thesecretstowholesaling.com. Ladies and gentlemen, if you want to get a little idea of who I am and what I've done, just Google me or YouTube DarrellMuhammad. YouTube DarrellMuhammad. Okay? All right. So, thank you for that question. Find out about the cash flow game in your area. Sign up and go, ladies and gentlemen. Sign up and go. It's totally free. All right. Number 3. The third one is, these are the 3 things that we must understand about the money game and how to play it to win, not to lose. Who in their right mind wants to play any game to lose? Oh, I'm just playing it. That's the person that's not in their right mind. You're welcome. You're welcome. All right. Number 3. What is your financial destination? Right? By writing down, by determining, by focusing on your financial destination, meaning how much money do you want to have at the end, right? When you can't work anymore, or when you retire, or in 20 years, or when you get up 65 or 70. Well, ladies and gentlemen, when we get that old, we don't want to be working from paycheck to paycheck. Your body's going to break down and you're going to get sick. That's just not the way to live, ladies and gentlemen. That's just not the way to live. Those who play the money game to win do not play like that. That's a loser's game. That's how losers. You know how far you can tell? You know how you can tell when you watch a board game who's winning many times? Is who's further along the board. Who's further along the board? Thanks for sharing, Sister Candace. Who's further along the board, ladies and gentlemen? And what have they accomplished on the way? That's why I call it the money game. The money game. So what is your financial destination? See, we should be, somebody actually say, oh, Darrell, what's your financial destination? I say, boom. Then the next question is, how are you going to get there? Boom. Are you dependent on Social Security? Ladies and gentlemen, let me tell you, brothers and sisters, if you dependent on Social Security to take care of you, thank you, Brother Rick, to take care of you as you get older, you're going to wish you were dead. Once you see Inside Job that was done in YouTube, and I'm sure it's on there somewhere, right? And that was done a couple of years ago. When you see that, you'll know. No, Social Security is not going to cut it, and they're not going to have any money for Social Security. And Robert Kiyosaki said in his recent book, they don't even have money in the Social Security Administration. They don't have any. See, so we can't be sheeple. We can't be like those, ladies and gentlemen, who thank you for restreaming. Lottery solves your problem. Yeah, right. Okay. Thank you for cash flow again. That's right. See, thank you, Mayor Catters. Appreciate you for being here. All right. So we can't depend on government, ladies and gentlemen. That's not bad, or you take it any kind of way you want to, right? But we can't depend on government. It's not going to be there. It's not there now. It's not there now. I got 20 some odd years before I qualify. Man, I'm not counting on that. Those of us who have the wherewithal, right? Those of us who have the mental wherewithal, we should have a goal, a financial destination, to where we don't even need Social Security, and whatever money is there, whatever nickels and dimes that they can scratch up or create more money, which creates inflation, right? Let it give it to those who just didn't get it, refused to get it. We're in self-denial, right? Walaikum salam, right? Too old to save for retirement. No, ma'am. Oh, no, you're never too old to save. And that brings me to the next point. That's a good question. I mentioned that earlier. How much are you dependent on Social Security to provide? How much will you need in the future? Right? How much do you need? Save the questions for the end. We've got 4 more minutes and we'll get into questions. All right? So, how much will you need in the future after you stop working, can't work? Because what happens if your body breaks down? You can't work. What happens is happening now, the economy is shifting now, where older people they don't want. They rather get younger people at less the price, because things are automated, so you don't have to be as smart as usual, right? Because everything's not dependent on the individual's skill set, because you have the computer doing some of the thinking for you. All right? Now, here's the question. How are you going to get there? What vehicle or way are you going to get there? So for the sister that say you feel like you're too old, well, first of all, stop feeling that way. And what is that based on? That's based on limited information. That's based on you not knowing the different types of vehicles. All right, I'm going to go into this real quick. The different types of vehicles. Learn this as a stockbroker, right? If you need to get to New York, right, in 2 hours, you don't get on a bicycle, you don't get on a skateboard. You don't get on a train, you don't get on a bus. That's the wrong vehicle for you to get to New York in 2 hours. Right? The right vehicle is an airplane or faster. An airplane or faster. And there's vehicles out here, ladies and gentlemen, vehicles that are designed to generate cash, designed to build up wealth, designed to accumulate wealth, that are slow, like mutual fund, or they're fast, like real estate. So these scopes here, the money game scopes, is to help us understand and to answer that sister question. So it won't be no doubt in your mind. You won't even feel it. See, because feelings are very strong, and we do things based on feelings, neuro feelings that we have, right? We'll cover that in future scope. So thanks for your question. So what vehicle are you going to use? What way are you going to get it? See, so that means you have to, that's why I'm here to just to prick your conscience. So you say, wow, man, I need to go to the bookstore and look around and see what other people are doing. I need to get on the internet and see what people are doing. You know, Google had made billionaires. Why? Because Helena, all you have to do is type in there how to make money fast. You know, not make money fast, but, you know, how to retire in 20 years. How to retire in 30 years. And you'll see the possibilities. Right? At least you'll see the options. And that'll eliminate this feeling that we have. Right? This feeling that we have of, man, I don't think it's going to work. Spend 1% of the savings on a scratch card. Oh yeah, could be, that's a winner. Yeah, all right. So who is that? The rich man of Babylon says save a minimum of 10% per pay period. Right. Those are strategies. Those are techniques. Right. And those are good. Those are good. Thank you for sharing. I appreciate that because others need to see that. Because, you know, I'm just one individual. I can't cover it all. That's why, you know, the more intelligent approach for me is to prick your conscience. Right. To wipe some of the stuff from your eyes. So now you can see, and then you can go out here and find these books. People have been writing about these subjects for years, ladies and gentlemen. And then once you get into that space that we're talking about here, the money game space, and it's not called that, I just call it that. But get into that space of knowledge, and that's that level of knowledge, then you'll see there have been people out there been trying to blow the whistle, blow the horn for years. And guess what? Only those who want to hear it, hear it. So my job, no, real estate doesn't require such a large startup cost. Go to thesecretstowholesaling.com, thesecretstowholesaling.com, and I'll give you 3-part video training, free training, and then you'll know that you don't need that. All right? Okay? All right, so let's open up for questions. Put any question you have in the live stream there, Periscope and Meerkat, ladies and gentlemen. For about 3 minutes, we're going to answer some questions. Thank you so very much for those comments. Now, Sister Candace, you had a comment that I missed earlier. Can't start with $50,000 real estate required. Okay. I mean, if you have money, this is what I've learned about. You know, I started out in real estate back in the early 1980s. Started going to seminars, study, right? Study, because there wasn't a time in my life to make a move. But when there was, I had that accumulative knowledge. Right? A lot of questions that people have, like it requires a large setup cost. See, that was long gone in my mind when it was time for me to move into as a real estate investor. Now, here's what I learned, because back in the day, as now, you hear you can buy a house with no money down. Right? Okay, some people are not money-minded. So what options do they have? Well, they can become money-minded. What's stopping them from becoming money-minded? You know? One thing that I've learned, good question, Giza, Weena. This good. The one that I realized, and I told myself years ago, Darrell, are you capable of learning? Do you have the mental capacity to learn something? If I do, then it's not because it's too hard. Right? It's not because it's too hard. Now, somebody who doesn't have the mental capacity, I was saying that the government raises ages. Yeah, they raise the age of Social Security. And then on top of that, they play games with the rate, the inflation rate that they use to determine if Social Security and other entitlement programs should get an increase in income, increase in pay. See, it's a game, ladies and gentlemen. See, it's a game. As long as you're a sheeple, meaning you're eating what the masses of the people eat, you're thinking what the masses of people eat, you're watching television what the masses of the people watch. You're not watching anything independent of the mass, propaganda, if you will. Then the government not going. I mean, you have some people saying, the government going to take care of their own. The government I just believe that they're not going to let anything happen to the citizens. They need the citizens. Yeah, but you're watching Inside Job. Of course, those of us who are old enough to know and remember that the government paid out, $700 billion to bail out the banks, but didn't get any money to bail out the citizens who lost their homes due to the manipulation of products on Wall Street. All right. So can make huge sums of money in my first deal in real. Of course you can. Of course you can. Of course you can make huge sum. I don't know a huge sum to you. I don't know why you need a huge sum. I don't know what numbers you're staring in your face whereas you need a huge sum. You have to crawl before you walk. We have to walk before we run. To go from zero to huge is possible, right? But it may not be probable, right? I tell my students, my real estate students, what's important about your first deal is not how much money you make. If you don't make any money on your first deal, that's the best and most important deal that you could have ever done. Why? Because it's your first deal. And now you know it can be done, but most importantly, you know you can be done. All right, let's see what my man says. 76 says, if you have the capital in the first place. See, once again, if you go down the mainstream way of doing things, ladies and gentlemen, then yeah, you need credit, and I need to be on my job a couple of years, and I need my tax returns. But there have been people who have proven that you don't need that. You don't need that. Now, the point I want to make earlier, I learned years ago, as they teach now, no money down real estate. That exists. You can do it legally, you can do it morally, you can do it ethically. But here's what I found out once I got out there and started doing it. Every deal is not a no money down deal. Excuse me, and you don't want to miss a deal, a real estate deal, because it needs $5,000, but you're stuck on no money down, and you don't have $5,000. If somebody say, Darrell, I'll give you a property with $50,000 worth of equity, but I need $5,000. I can't do no carryback financing. I can't do none of that stuff you're talking about. I need 5,000 cold, hard cash dollars. I'm struggling how to do it, no money down. I'm trying to figure out how to do it, no money down. You missed that. Okay? All right, Nikki, go to thesecretstoWholesaling.com and get that 3-part training series. You'll be in the loop, and then you'll find out more about how you can make that happen. All right? So, you start off with no money, but you don't stay there. If you can do a deal with no money, then great. But if it makes sense and the only way you can do those deals, if you had to put up $5,000 to get $20,000 in equity, then it'd be smart for you to understand that every deal is not a no money down deal. So therefore, you should position yourself. Thank you. Do you need the middleman? Well, you just need whoever you need. You never need more than you need. In football, right, you got 12 men on the field, you get a flag and they tell you you got too many men on the field. You only need what you need. But you need to know what you need. So that way you won't have too much and you won't have too little. The days of the Lone Ranger or the solo entrepreneur, ladies and gentlemen, Robert Kiyosaki called that self-employed. And that's really for the birds, self-employment. You bought yourself a job. That's not smart. You pass through there if you have to before you get on the other side of the quadrant. But I wouldn't waste my time. That's just too much. All right. Any other questions? As we're winding down, 2 minutes or less. Put your questions down there in the bottom. Put your questions there in the live feed. Thank you very much, Periscopers, for participating. Meerkatters for participating. I really appreciate it. I'm just here to give back. Here's how we can be connected. Go to DarrellMuhammad.net. That's 2 R's, E, 2 L's, MUHAMMAD. Go to .net. Go there, sign up, and then Google me. Go to YouTube and Google me. All right. Anytime I get new information that's interesting, that I see that it's a piece of the puzzle, and we'll talk about that maybe tomorrow. Piece of the puzzle. Then I invest the initial time to go to Google and go to YouTube and go to these places so I can get a better understanding of what's going on. So I can say, okay, I need that piece, but not right now, so we'll put that piece off to the side. All right? So the money game, ladies and gentlemen, these are the 3 things that we must understand. Now, let me say this. I forgot to say it earlier. What we saw, ladies and gentlemen, in Chicago, I don't care how you feel about what you saw as far as the brothers and sisters shutting down the stores and the malls so they couldn't shop, right? Boycotting Black Friday, right? See, that's another thing. See, when you talk about financial empowerment, ladies, it's from your perspective, ladies and gentlemen. It's from your perspective. What's your best interest? It is my best interest as a black person in America to make sure that we can capture back and regain our economic power. Black people spend 1 point, and I'm going to lose some of you guys on Meerkat, but that's fine. All right? That means you ain't about humanity. You're about your own selfish self-interest. Right? They want us to be all-inclusive, but they only look out for their self-interest. So when we now talk about taking back $1.2 trillion of our economy, taking it back for self-empowerment, people take odds with that. We're talking about financial freedom, ladies and gentlemen. Freedom ain't but freedom. And however you cut it, it's freedom. All right? It's freedom. And people got to respect you and love you or not for who you are, not for who you're not. See, there's too many black folks, they're not too many, they're not a whole bunch of stuff, and they're not enough of the right stuff. But I'm proud and I'm happy, ladies and gentlemen, that our brothers and sisters, those of consciousness, because white people are out there, those of clear consciousness, unbiased consciousness, went out there in Chicago and other places around the country and shut down the mall. Because, see, that's part of the money game. What you need to understand, ladies and gentlemen, you know what the religion of America is? You know what the language of America is? You know what the culture of America is? You know what the political system of America is? You know what the educational system, you know what the artistic system is of America? This is what you have to understand. This is about the money game, ladies and gentlemen. And I'm telling you what it is, so you can never say from this point on you didn't know. I didn't accept it. I didn't believe it. But you can't say you didn't know. The religion of America, right? The language of America, the political system of America is money. M-O-N-E-Y. Money. Hey, thanks, Sam. Is money. Money. Not the getting of money. But what do you do with the money? I give my child some. I don't have children anymore. The oldest was 16. But if I had a little small child, I gave him money. But then I turn around and entice him with some candy. Here, son, here, daughter, you want some candy right here? Oh, yeah, Dad, I want some candy. It costs you $3. The same $3 I just gave him. The same $3 I just gave him. That's what happens to us. They give us money because we don't know the money game, because we don't understand the power that we have as consumers, and that's what it was displayed this Friday. The power we have as consumers to restrain our money from investing in that which does not invest in us, and then affecting change with other people. Ladies and gentlemen, what you just saw Friday is a change, is a shift. Is a shift, ladies and gentlemen, as far as American consumer economics and buying habits. You just saw history. You just saw it shifting. Now, intelligent people sit back. You don't think the boys in the ivory tower, you don't think Wall Street, the same one that collapsed the economy in 2008, you don't think they're looking at that and strategizing how they could interrupt that movement? The question is, what role are you going to play? The question is, what role am I going to play? I'm not on here just for us to make more money. Right? Yeah, well, we don't need somebody else just to talk about how to make more money. Well, I'm just trying to clear the way, like a running back, right? He needs a lineman to clear the way. Right? If you like what you're hearing, go to DarrellMuhammad.net. Because that's what time it is, ladies and gentlemen. It's time. You can't have this. See, we have this psychopathic thinking. How can you and I be part of a greater economy and we only concerned about our economy? But our economy, right, is part of a bigger economy. Right? Part of a bigger economy. So how are we going to make all this money unless you're just here to romanticize the idea? And don't waste your time, ladies and gentlemen. I'll be honest with you. There's too many other things that's designed for entertainment, and the sole purpose is entertainment. Absolutely, Brother Rick. We invite some people here, man. You're not going to get this message that I'm rolling out. This is a peak, right? Post-traumatic slave disorder, right? All right? That I'm rolling out, ladies and gentlemen, because sifting. It's time to sift now. We have a small time. I'm trying to keep up with this paradigm shift. I'm trying to keep up with the movement. Right? This money movement. See, intelligent people try to get ahead of the movement. Right? I used to say it like this. If you want to get rich, make a lot of money, right? Get a lot of money, just stand in front of the money truck and let it hit you. But you got to know what it looks like, what direction it's coming from and where it's going so you can stand in the way. But you got to get there before. You can't wait till the money truck passes you by, then stand in the middle of the street. You'll never get hit by the money truck. But you got to know the rules of the game, ladies and gentlemen. We have to get out of this mentality. You know, we just have to, and that's all of us. I mean, everybody's doomed. You know, you look at these statistics, you get into this space, you let this live stream continue to prick your brain around the money game. You'll see things clearer. Go buy some books, invest. The universe wants to know, what are you willing to invest in yourself? Not in other people, in yourself. And then God will match you. He will match whatever you invest in yourself. Right? He will match whatever you invest in yourself. Then you'll see that these statistics that you see is always the top 1%. It's the top 90%. Right? But within that 10%, they talk about the top 1%. What kind of future are we going to have? What kind of future are you going to leave for your children? We love them, but we don't love them that much. Because that's too much sacrifice on our part. It's too much work on our part. But people got plans for generations to come. People got plans for your children. And if you don't have children, then that's different. Right? Then that means you have to expand your love to include other future generations of your family, but not from your loins. Right, ladies and gentlemen? That's what the money game is all about. That's why people play to win and not to lose. That's why it's not about the money. It's about freedom. Freedom. Those that understand the money game want freedom. And you don't have to be a multimillionaire to have freedom. Hey, Arthur, Zadora Carter. All right, you don't have to have money to be free. Financial freedom. You have athletes, right? Athletes have multi-million dollars. End up broke. Right? End up broke, ladies and gentlemen. So it's not the amount of money. That's why real estate investing and no money down is so powerful. Because if you can creatively put together a transaction to make money with no money, then my God, what can you do if you had a few dollars? What could you do if you had a few dollars? If you can do something with nothing, then what can you do with something? See, what people don't understand, and the reason why we get caught up, because, you know, in my opinion, and I said this, came up with this years ago, entrepreneurship is just the exercising let me see. Entrepreneurship is really what gods do. Entrepreneurship is Godship. How about that? What I mean is this, and I'll let you go because we've gone over. I got the spirit, right? What I mean is, an entrepreneur is one who can take an idea, something that does not exist. It only exists in their imagination. They can bring together the forces to manifest that idea, to make it into something that they can give to the people, services or products, and end up drawing something tangible from that idea, to where now they can go and they can buy themselves a coffee cup. Is that not what God does? Entrepreneurship, right? What it takes to be a highly successful entrepreneurship is the same thing it takes. The same activity, the same work that God does. So that's why entrepreneurship, ladies and gentlemen, really, it's not about the money, it's about the freedom. Don't you think God is free? It's about the freedom. It's about you being what God made you to be, like himself. To say, be and it is. To say, man, I need 10,000. Where are the tools? Let me get the tools. Let me get the tools. Let me get the tools. Let me see. Let me put my mind to work. Let me put my mind to work. Let me put my intention to work. Let me put my mental power on the objective. How can you do that if you don't have a financial destination? Number 3. What is your financial destination? Good answer, Darrell. Do I need the middleman? Oh, that's your next question. All right. So, that's what time it is, ladies and gentlemen. Informal education. This is informal. You're not getting a certificate from me. You're not getting grades from me. You're not going to graduate cum laude? Cum laude? Ladies and gentlemen, thank you so very much. I go on and on and on. I'm so full. I'm so excited about the social economic paradigm shift that has taken place, that we saw demonstrated last Friday in Chicago and all over the country. Ladies and gentlemen, the little man, that's to empower the little man. And most of us, in the bigger scheme of things, we're the little man. Right? $250,000 is nothing. They paying these boys on Wall Street $35 million in bonuses for 1 year. One guy made $470 million and I don't know. It don't matter. What matters is that you and I learn how to play the money game so we can win and stop playing the money game to lose. Ladies and gentlemen, thanks so very much. All right. No, I'm not based in Chicago. I'm based in Houston. All right. As always, you want to continue this conversation, go to DarrellMuhammad.net and we'll continue this conversation another day. All right. Until tomorrow, when we bring you some more tips, some more stuff about the money game, and some more about what's next, what to expect. All right. So until tomorrow, until next time, see you at the top, not from the top, because you, your family, but most importantly, your community in America needs your help. All right, ladies and gentlemen, see you tomorrow. Take care. God bless. All right. See you later, Periscopers.